Welcome, my friends, again to the John Weberg Show. I am so happy you are here. We are back again. It's been a little bit less of a wait. My apologies on the wait again, but I am back sooner than I was before, which is great. I have some news that's going to be great for you guys to hear because I'm going to keep evolving this podcast, keep evolving what you guys have been listening to more and more and more to make sure I have you guys learning, I have you guys getting value, I have you being entertained, and I have more to give to you. And that's what I really want to do is I want to give to you guys as much as I possibly can. So without further ado, let's begin with number one. I have just released my own merch at jonweberg.com/merch. jonweberg.com/merch is where you can find my own merch, my own clothing line. I'm going to keep expanding this because my entire goal with the merch, with the podcast, with the book as well, I am also releasing 2 more books. I am starting writing them tonight, which is absolutely incredible as well. But the big reason why I just released my merch, because I've gotten a lot of questions about it from my brothers, from family and stuff, them asking, why are you working on your merch? And other people have asked me, why are you writing more books and all these different things? It's truly because I want to help people. I want to give to people, and I want to do as much as I can to expand my audience, to expand the people around me, because I want them to improve themselves. And I want as many people as I possibly can help improve themselves, to live happier lives, to be less depressed, to take more action, to see more results in their business, and so on and so on. So what I've been doing is, number one, expanding myself and how I expand myself and my message and everything that I do is, number one, by podcasting. I need people to see and hear me. And also with the merch, what I'm doing is allowing people to become more likely like me, and I'm trying to induce, or not induce, it's a bad word for it. I'm trying to spread and help others become more like the ideas that I believe are good for them, or to help them find the ideas that I have that they think are good for them, and for them to find out for themselves. So I released the merch, I'm writing the books, because again, they're gonna help a lot of people. They're gonna help a lot of people see more results. One's gonna be focused on business and sales and marketing, and the other one's gonna be focused more on mindset. The title of it, I'm not gonna reveal it yet, but it's not necessarily just mindset, but actions. It's gonna be 19. It's gonna be like 19, but another step up. So I got new merch going on. I have the 2 books I'm gonna be writing. Start painting. I might be also starting a vlogging channel. I'm not quite sure yet, but more to come. And today, what I want to talk about, which is very, very important, it's a part of this expansion, a part of trying to help people, a part of trying to give to you and help more people achieve more and be more and get more out of life, to be and feel more fulfilled, is something that I want to talk about. Again, I always talk about some kind of topic that's going to be beneficial for your life, that I want, or that I believe is going to be beneficial for your life. It's up to you to decide as you listen, if that's going to be true. So along with this, I'm going to start having more guests. I'm going to start having guests along with this, along with the podcast, to see who I can bring along that can contribute. And so it's more entertaining as well. So what I want to talk about today is how to become your best self, and why you should even think about becoming your best self in the first place. Because a lot of people do, and a lot of people don't like all the self-motivation out there, the gurus, the motivating people, self-improvement. There's a big nostalgia and also a stigma around self-help, self-improvement, all this different stuff. And I get and understand why. Because there have been a lot of people who have been gurus or leaders and stuff, or thought leaders and so on, that have either scammed people, or that have misled people, or that have had some teachings that have not been the best, possibly per se. And that's going to happen with anything in life. So as you hear this and as you listen, understand that no matter what you're doing, no matter if you're in the restaurant business, or whether it's a job you work for, or whether it's anything, the media and people, and sometimes there are generally bad people, but there are so many different things that can misconstrue your messaging, that can misconstrue what you're trying to get across to people. So anything bad you've heard about self-help or self-improvement or whatever the case may be, I completely get. I understand. And if you aren't coming from that, maybe you're coming from you love self-help, you want to improve yourself, you want to become your best self, whatever the case may be, that's great too. But no matter what side of the aisle you are on, I really suggest you take the time and just for a moment consider this. Because in our lives, we have so much going on. We have our family to take care of. We have our job or our business to take care of. We have our pets to take care of. We sometimes have our kids to take care of. We have all of this huge plethora of different ideas and tasks and assignments and things that we can and have and must and might possibly do. Life is so complicated. And one of the things that I've thought about and seen is that some people, through certain ideas and certain things and certain actions that they've taken, have been able to become their best self, eliminate stress, or to reduce stress, to make doing certain things easier, to make more money, to do all these different things that they want to do, and to actually go out and do them. And a lot of the things that keep people from becoming their best self or from considering being their best self is, like I already told you, one of them is the nostalgia or the stigma behind working on yourself, because some people don't, they fear what others will say if they start trying to create a movement to improve themselves. You know, they're afraid of the negativity. They're afraid of what other people will say, whatever the case may be. That's one of the things that stop people from really thinking about what they can do to become their best self. Number two is fear of not believing in themselves. Fear of not believing that they have a way to do it. Fear of not believing that it's possible for them. Those are also all things that contribute to people not believing or thinking or taking action towards becoming their best self. Now, why is becoming your best self the best possible idea that you can ever execute in your entire life? Simply put, by becoming your best self, what you do is you allow all of the things that you do in your life, all of the issues, all of the problems, all of the good things that you have, it allows you to have a greater potential chance of eliminating those issues, of eliminating those problems, and of making the good things in your life even greater. That's what becoming your best self does. It allows you to become even greater at the things you are good at and to eliminate the things that you aren't necessarily as good at. Now, it's not always going to be a perfect one-fit easy solution. Most likely it's going to be very difficult trying to become your best self, trying to constantly improve upon every part of how you and who you are. But my point, what I want to make here, is that it is worth it. Becoming your best self and working on yourself more than anything else is absolutely worth it for a variety of different reasons. Number one, by trying to become your best self, what you do is you also impact others. Not just you impact yourself, but you also impact others, because others do and will follow you as you try to impact and create changes in different areas of your life. So that's one of the great things about it too. It's not just are you going to improve your own life, you're going to probably improve your health in the process. You're probably going to improve your mindset in the process. You might even make more money in the process. But as well, you're going to help other people do the exact same thing, because it's a part of human psychology and it's part of how humans interact. As one person or as a group of people, it basically goes like this. As one person makes some kind of change, usually a few more people do so as well, and this continues until a whole group forms and then a whole movement and so on. Just like it happens with bad things that happen in the world. Just as more negativity starts with one person, other people start to become more negative, and that spreads to a group, that spreads to a community, and so on as well. So that's going to happen. Number one, you're going to improve yourself. Number two, you're going to improve and help the people around you, which is absolutely important. I'm sure you want to do that. And I'm not saying that you necessarily that your intention is going to be to do that, because some people don't necessarily want to do that right now. They're not in their point of their lives where they're going to focus on themselves to help better themselves and their environment. Some people aren't going to be interested, but there are going to be a select few people who are and who will follow and possibly join your journey, which, number one, is another one of the great things about trying to become your best self, because what you're doing is, like I said, your own life is going to drastically change. And I can guarantee you for the better, because Let's just say you start working on many different parts of your life. You start working on going to the gym. You start working on, this is just an example. Again, some people can only handle working on one thing at once. But say you start going to the gym. What's going to happen if you start going to the gym? How can that impact your life? Why is becoming your best self just with going to the gym such a great idea? Number one, think about what's going to happen for your health. You start going to the gym. You start eating right. Your cholesterol is going to go down. You're going to lose weight. Your BMI is going to go down. And you're going to look and you're going to feel better mentally and psychologically. And your emotions as well, when you get in better shape as well, your emotions also regulate themselves better. There's a whole variety of different health things that are going to happen for you. So there's one great thing about improving your health. But guess what? Your relationships might be better as well, because say your spouse might notice that you're looking and getting in better shape. They might be more turned on by you. They might be more attracted to you because you are looking better. Or maybe your friends, you'll start building better relationship with your friends because maybe they're going to join you at the gym. Maybe they want to work out with you. Maybe other people want to do what you're doing too to improve themselves. And that will build you a better friendships. So right there you have your friendships. Right there you have some relationships possibly. And you have your health all improving at once. And that's just one change. That's just one change. And as well, if you have kids, it can impact your kids by changing your diet perhaps. At home, whatever you're doing, it could impact how your kids eat and impact their health and impact who they're friends with and impact their lives as well. And this is why becoming your best self in any area or all areas of your life is so important and impactful, is because it's a multivariate effect that starts to produce from whatever you work on. So like I said, it's your health. By going to the gym, you improve so many other parts of your life that you don't even notice or think about. And it's incredible. And you can use this for whatever you're doing. If it's your business, if it's your job, if it's with working on your relationships, if it's working on your health, all these different areas have so many different things that as you become your best self in these areas, or as a whole, it'll impact the rest of your life. And I've noticed these changes myself. So when I go to the gym, when I make sure I go work out, I usually work out every other day. Number one, I have less stress. By having less stress, just imagine what having less stress will do in your life. So by having less stress, I react better with people. I work better with people. That affects every single part of my life alone, just that itself. By going to the gym, like I've already told you, it has all the health benefits. By going to the gym, it gets me out of the house. It kind of entertains me. It spends some time so I can move forward with the day. It helps me think. All these changes, all these things go behind becoming your best self and are produced from it. And this is where I think there's a big unknown, and almost an ignorance. Not I'm not saying that in a mean way, but there's almost an unknown ignorance that we have on how becoming our best selves and how working on different areas of our life, on how powerful and how and what that will actually do for us. That's also why I'm so motivated, and that's why I'm so passionate about helping people work on themselves, and why I do the podcast and the books and the merch and everything. It's because I want you to become the best person you possibly can. Not for me, but because it will change your life beyond anything you've ever felt or seen before. It can do wonders that you've never even considered, that you don't even know about, which is why I mentioned the unknown ignorance, because you literally have unknown, you don't even know. You don't know what you don't know will happen from you working on different areas of your life. You don't realize them. Even I'm sure for myself, I don't realize many of the changes and many of the things that have affected or that have happened with my life because of me making sure I take care of my health, or because of me making sure I work on my friendships or my relationships, whatever the case may be. So that's just a small, selection of reasons why you really should focus on trying to become your best self, because by doing so, you're going to create changes that you can't even fathom, and create changes that you don't even know you can't even fathom, which is absolutely incredible. It's going to make you feel, look, and be better also as a person. Now, what I want to do over the next few episodes is cover different areas of yourself that you should, that you can, and how to change and how to become your best self in those areas. So over the next few podcasts, I'm going to invite on special guests on different areas of your life that you can work on, that you can follow along with, and follow the actions and follow the thoughts and things and ideas that we go through, and use them and think about them and invest time in learning which parts of them, which parts of our ideas and what we're talking about you can use and actually utilize in your life. Because again, this entire purpose of this podcast, of everything I do, is to impact people, is to give to people, is to help them become their best selves. To help them. That's what I wrote 19 entirely, is to help people become the best them they can be, because by doing so, it impacts their family, it impacts the community, and eventually it will impact the world as a whole. And why would we all want the world to become a better place? And because the world's made up of communities, which is then made up of groups, which is then made up of people, each individual who improves themselves improves the world as a whole. So what I want you to do is, number one, if you haven't checked out the merch, I really suggest you check out the merch. I've made sure I've ordered some myself. It fits well. It's true to size. So if it says it's a large, it's a large. If it says it's an extra large, it's an extra large, or small, or vice versa. I really recommend you go to jonweberg.com/merch and support this channel, support me, so I can help spread the message out even more. Like I said, this is my entire purpose, the entire reason I do what I do is to help people. And the more resources I have available to me, the more I can expand how I help and give to people. And as well, I really suggest, if you haven't listened to, you go back and listen to my past podcast. Go listen to my past podcast. I've already talked about a lot so far. I really recommend you go listen to those and spend some time going through them. Think through these thoughts and think through the ideas that I express, because again, they're all meant and they're all from my research and research I've learned from others, the years and years I've spent trying to learn and help people. And I think there's information in there that you can use for your own life. Absolutely. Completely, absolutely. And as well, be ready for the next few podcasts, for the next few episodes that will be coming out. Make sure, if you haven't grabbed my book, 19, if you want to improve yourself, if you want to improve your finances, your relationships, your health, every part of your life, make sure you head to my podcast, head to my Amazon.com, look up 19 or look up John Weberg and purchase my book if you're interested in improving your life for the better. And other than that, just be ready for the new guests that will be arriving here on the next episodes. Be ready for more information coming out from me. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you download, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Make sure you're on my email list. Make sure you're following me everywhere you can, including subscribing to the podcast, listening to the podcast, and so on, because everything I'm doing, everything you're hearing from me, everything I work on is for you. And I mean that literally one-on-one to you, is because, like I've told you in the past, like I've told you many times during this one episode, I sound like a broken record, and the reason I do is because I care that much about people, because I see and I watch and I have people come to me every single day, almost, just about every single day, about their issues, their problems, and so on, and I hate seeing people in pain. I hate seeing the world suffer, and I want people to be better so they can help others become and feel and be better themselves as well, and spread that outward. So thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And have an absolutely incredible day. I will talk to you soon. Keep being you. Keep working on becoming your best you. And this is the John Weberg Show.